That's not good. Well, welcome back to the channel, folks. I don't know who designed these new gas cans, these new spouts, but they're a bunch of idiots as far as I'm concerned. There's no way you can sit here and lift this heavy gas can up there and then take your hand and push this button so that this thing pushes back in there. There's no lip here to catch on to this thing here. You know, it's ridiculous. It is just plain and simply ridiculous what they designed here. So obviously the guy designing this never put gas in a gas tank before. Sorry, just another one of my rants. So for Labor Day weekend, we decided to rent this excavator, mini excavator, and we're digging out this hill behind the garage. Okay, so when this garage was built, they must have dug out a flat area up here in the front to pour the concrete and then built the garage on top of it. Well, the problem with that is there was only about maybe 2 feet, and then it went up 3 feet, okay, and then there was a flat, and then it went up another good 3 feet into the woods. So for years, you know, I'd come up here and the inside of the garage would be dry and whatever, and also in the last couple of years now, we come up here and there's a big puddle inside the garage. So what I'm thinking is, let me give you a better look at this here. So what I'm thinking is, for years this tar paper was holding back the water. And now I believe the tar paper has given way and the water is going in. So all this snow melt and rain and whatever coming off of this 6-foot high hump here is coming right down and going right into the garage. So it was time. We decided if we're going to save this garage, and I already did the overhangs and stuff, and we got to get siding on here yet and whatever. And I'm like, if we're going to do that, then we got to get this done first and get this dirt removed. So basically, yesterday we had Mindy and Jacob out here, my daughter and her husband, and he went in the excavator, and while he was in the excavator, I was hauling the dirt down the trails and filling in wherever we needed to be filled in. And so we got, I don't know, a good 3/4 of the ways to where we're headed. We got the whole back of the garage here done, and so I just got a little bit more to go and taper it off so that the water, we're going to try and get the water to flow out that side, because that side is lower over there. We're going to try and get that the water to run out that way and not into the garage. So here's a better look at this this bank back here. So you can see here we're down now almost 4 feet, and I got to go probably another foot or two yet. We got to get down to where the concrete is on that garage. So you know, we got a lot of digging to do. Then we're just gonna taper that down. We're out a good 15 feet from the garage, so now we're gonna just taper that off and make it look nice. You know, the stumps will probably stay. Those stumps are really hard to get out with this little excavator. We took out some of the smaller ones, but I don't think that big one, I don't think we're gonna get that one out of there with that little excavator. But so we'll just taper this off and make it look nice and level everything and get going on it here today. So that's it for now. We're gonna get on this machine and start digging, and I can guarantee you this will not look like the Mike Morgan show. I was on it yesterday for about an hour or two, and boy, you know, he makes it look easy on his show. It is not easy. You're doing 2 things on this hand and 2 things on this hand plus your feet. Boy, if you want to walk and chew gum at the same time, this is a job for you, you know. But I mean, it's just a matter of getting used to it. I don't drive one every day, so it's just a matter of getting used to it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to tackle a little stump over here and see if we can get that out of here. All right, so I flattened this out a little bit here, dug down that wall. You can only push so much with that little excavator, you know, it'll only push so hard. So I pushed it all up there, and then I'm gonna come from the other side and I'm gonna just dig it and push it up my trail up there. We're using my four-wheeler here to haul the dirt, and it is taking forever to haul the dirt. I rigged it up with a winch and stuff. Well, let's take a look at that. I rigged it up with a winch so that we could just dump it without having to get off the four-wheeler. But it just takes forever going back and forth trying to haul the dirt. So let's take a look at that once. So I just hooked up a winch I had here, okay? It goes up over the top, comes down, and it lifts the front of this here. The problem I had was this box is not made for that. So it's not weighted right. The wheels are right in the center. So as soon as you get up a little bit, the thing wants to flip real fast. So that's why I got this brick in here to add weight to the front, so that I'm doing the lifting with the winch. And then I got a spring here, and the spring ain't anywhere near strong enough either to pull it back down, because once it flips, it really flips. So with the brick and the spring, now it'll come down by itself with the winch, you know. So it's working. I mean, let's run it here. Okay, so you dump your dirt. Okay, so that's not working too bad. It's just the distance we're going with the dirt and whatever, it's taking forever to get the dirt moved. So I'm going to start taking the dirt now and over here, and I'm going to push it up the trail. The trail's lower, and I got a big rock up there. I want to cover that rock, so we're gonna push that up there and cover that rock, and hopefully I'll get rid of most of the dirt. The rest of it's going to go in the woods back there. I don't know if you can see the pile started past the excavator. We're just pushing it in the woods, and we'll move it some other time. So once I get this pile out of here, then I'll be able to come in with the excavator and kind of smooth this all out a little better. And you know, I don't really care about this this wall here, you know, as long as the water flows out around the garage is really what we're after. Okay, to get the water out so it's not running right into the garage like it was. Well guys, here we are, day 3. Almost overfilled her there. We got this all punched through here, so we got this open, and man, you know, a guy doesn't realize, when I looked at this, I thought we were digging 3 feet of dirt, you know. And well, I'll show you here in a minute, but we're well past 5 feet over here deep to do what I wanted to do. Total misjudgment on my part, obviously, but I mean, we got her done. I got the thing rented for the whole week, Labor Day weekend, so it's 4 days I got it for. So this is 2 days it took us to dig this out. So that isn't that bad. I figured about 2 days. I still got to level it all. So let's take a look at it here once. I'm 5'7", so I mean, that's how high it was, and that was all going into our garage. So you know, I mean, we got it dug out. So like I say, I still got to level all this, you know, smooth it out, try and get the water to pitch away from the garage. And I mean, it's all sand up here, so even if I don't get it to flow out the sides, because the way it looks, I'm not going to get that to happen. But as long as I get it pitched away from the garage and make a swell along this bank here, that'll be enough for the water to go to and drain into the soil instead of draining into the garage. So a little bit more work, a few more hours here today on this one. But first, I got a few projects across the street that I want to do. So we're going to go over there, and we're going to take care of a couple things. and then we're going to come back and finish this up. This is where we've been dumping the dirt. We're trying to move the trail over a little bit into the woods. So my wife has been hauling the dirt down here and dumping it while I was digging yesterday, and so now we're just going to smooth it out a little bit here, reestablish our trail on the other side of our lot line posts. So if you see the post right here, that's our lot line. So when I originally made this trail, I was off a little bit, 5 feet, whatever. So once we had the place surveyed, okay, we put the posts in, and now we're just trying to move our trail over onto this side of the posts. Make everything legit, basically. Okay, so there you can see what we did. I flattened it all out now, and we only drive the 4-wheelers back here, and lawnmower once in a while, and the horses walk through here from the neighbor's property. So it doesn't have to be nothing fancy, you know. Once this gets rained on and packed in and whatever it is, it'll be fine. And if we got to come back and throw a couple of trailer fulls along the edge, you know, because it's sinking in a little bit, no big deal. We got plenty of dirt laying around over there now. I got 3 huge piles of dirt that I can just go shovel a trailer full and come back here and dump it in a hole. So ain't gonna be a big deal. But okay, we're gonna go on to the next project now. We're gonna go across the street and get a couple of things done over there. One of my projects was to move this rock pile over a little bit. So we could make our trail just a little wider right here, because we have these big spruces growing here, and they're only going to get bigger. So I want to move the trail over. There's a huge rock right over here. There's a huge rock right underneath there. So I ain't going to be able to move that, but I can move all these smaller ones that were on this side of it and push them up over the top. And that way that'll give us another 4 or 5 feet here for our 4-wheeler trails to go by. All I know is if I get a tractor, I'm definitely getting one of these thumbs on it, because boy, this thing, that thumb really comes in handy. just gonna take this dead tree and we're gonna move it over here and we're gonna block off a spot here. Alright, that'll stop the deer from coming out in the field through this area. They'll have to come to the other side here and come out into my food plot. It looks like the brassicas are coming in pretty good over here. Planted them, what was that, 2 weeks ago we planted the brassica, the fall blend. Looks pretty good. Should be just ready for hunting season. One of the things I needed to do here was get some of these stumps out of here. I wasn't sure how this was going to work. The oak stumps over there across the street where we were digging, those did not want to come out very easy at all. But this looks like it's working pretty good. These were excuse me. These were mostly popple. A couple of white pines.
It's like a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
Bring the funk back.
Them popples got some long roots on them. Tried grabbing her right under here once. So one of my main goals here today was to put a little watering hole out here, like 10 foot by 10 foot watering hole. And I planted these plum trees, what was that, 2 years ago? A year ago? And so we're going to try and put them right in the middle. Right in the middle of all these plum trees. So I'm trying to figure out where my middle is. There. The middle is right about here. Probably some big roots from that stump right there. Curious when I dig over here if it's going to be all sand just like the other side of the road. Okay, so we dug the hole, we put a tarp down in the bottom. Now we're just gonna cover it with a light layer of sand, and hopefully that'll fill up with a couple, a foot of water, if that much. I don't know. It's kind of an experiment. We're gonna see how it works. The tarp wasn't really that big, 10 by 10, so we'll see. See how this. I apologize for this video. I just cannot get this GoPro to stand right on my stand with me sitting here too. Not really set up for this kind of video. All right, guys, there it is. Come out here with a shovel later and smooth that out a little bit in there. But that's all it is, just a little watering hole. Holds a little water. I'll throw a log in there and I'll put a couple of rocks next to it here so I know where it is, just in case I don't drive into it. I smoothed out, got rid of all them branches there that Gusto left behind. He never finished his project, but so that's that should be it for phase 2 here. Phase 3 is going to be remove all of that down there. Don't know when I'll get to that, but one of these days, so all right, I got to get back over to the other side and start smoothing out some dirt over there. Well, there's water in it. All right, we got her all done. Got her pitched away from the house, or from the garage. Got her pitched away. I couldn't, over there in that corner, I wanted to go out and around and make a swale, but the yard is still too high over there. I would have had to dig up half the yard. So we're good enough, I guess, the way it is. The water will pool down in here a little bit, but it's all sand, so I think it drains away faster than you think. But anyhow, at least it won't run into the garage anymore. So let's just review what we had here. You can see here on the back of the garage, what you're seeing there is not, the dirt really wasn't up that high. That's all leaves and stuff that congregated in between where the dirt was and the wall. So they had about a foot, you know, a foot or so opening there. I couldn't walk in there. It was that close, and then it came up, you know, about two or three feet, and there was a plateau all the way across, and then it went up this hill here. So if you can see that black dirt out there in the middle of that trail, that's the original level of where the dirt was, where I'm standing right now. So we dug out quite a bit. I mean, this wall here is good. I'm 5'7", so it's almost over my head here. So we dug out quite a bit with that little excavator. It did a pretty good job. The hardest part of the whole thing is moving all the dirt. See the big piles in there? We just kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it up into that woods there. And you know, we hauled as much as we could with the four-wheeler, but you know, we just kept pushing it into the woods. And well, now we got some sand piles to dig some sand out of. We need to fill in, so we know where to get the sand from. But I mean, that's going to be about it. So we got our rainstorm last night. Proved my theory. All the water's running over to that corner over there, which is what I intended. So future plans would be to dig a channel around the outside over there, and try and make that water flow completely out of the back here. But I would have to dig another trench and re-landscape that whole side of the garage over there. So, you know, plans for the future, I guess, right? So up the trail here then, there was a big rock in the trail, on the side of the trail. So I pushed a lot of dirt up there and filled that in. It was kind of like this here, you know, and I filled that in up until I was over the top of that rock. So now I can make the trail wider, and I can pull my double wide snowmobile trailer down that trail now. I can go around and come down and come right through here, you know, and park the four-wheelers behind the garage or whatever, you know. So that's the idea. I probably got another tree, you know, maybe this tree right here, you know, I'll be taking down. But yeah, so it's widened out now, you know, so we kind of killed two birds with one stone there. And I did my other projects. I moved a couple of rock piles over there. So all in all, you know, that little excavator, let's take a look at him. This is just a little cat. We got it from Tool Time Rentals up in Iron Mountain, Michigan. I've dealt with them a few times. They're real good people to deal with. I haven't had any issues with them at all. The equipment, I didn't have no issues with the equipment. It ran flawlessly, you know. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not a Mike Morgan, so you know, this probably took way longer than it should have. We're on day 4 here, and I finally finished up leveling this all off. So, you know, it is what it is. But you know, I mean, it comes out to about $250 a day, you know, to rent one of these. So that's not that bad. That's, you know, I didn't think that was that bad. You know, if I could get this all done in one day, it would be a deal. But, you know, I knew I wasn't going to get this all done in one day. So, but what I do like about this thing, and, you know, I've talked about getting a tractor. That hydraulic thumb on there is just awesome for picking up rocks and stuff. Oh, that thing works so good. You know, I love that thing, you know. So if I would ever get a tractor, I think I would definitely get a thumb on it. So if you're out there looking at tractors, that really comes in handy. You're digging and you hit a rock, you just go in there and you just pick the thing up and, you know, set it off to the side. So it works really good. So anyhow, that's it for this video. If you like what you see, you know, give me a thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you next time.